Beren Academy Stars facing off against Yeshiva Or Chaim Knights for the Tier 4 Consolation game. Yoni, what can we expect to see in this Tier 4 matchup?
Well, it's called the Tier 4 Consolation game, but there's nothing consolation about it. Both of these teams really want to win, and they won't be consoled unless they leave tonight with the win.
Right, the Beren Academy Stars are coming off a tough defeat yesterday to the Akiva School from Detroit. How do you think they'll perform today? What can we expect with their offense on the court? Beren.
Okay, so Beren is going to play a half-court offense, and they're going to go through Yocher and Kupferman. They're two big men. They're two twin towers. Whoa. And yeah, they're going to go through their two big men running a half-court offense.
And on the other side, with the Yeshiva Or Chaim Knights, what can we expect from them tonight?
So we can expect from them.
Court, do you want to adjust the mic levels?
Thanks.
Thank you, Yoni. We'll elaborate a little bit more after this quick commercial break.
I am an NCAA athlete.
I am an NCAA athlete.
I am an NCAA athlete.
I am an NCAA athlete. I train hard.
I train hard.
I train harder.
I study.
I study.
I study. I study hard. I study harder. I'm here to challenge.
To challenge assumptions.
To challenge my teammates.
I'm here to challenge myself. I am a Maccabee. A Maccabee.
A Maccabee.
I am a Maccabee.
All right, getting ready for this Tier 4 Consolation game. We have the starting lineups for the evening. We have for the Beren Academy Stars, we have Hirsch Buden, Brett Kleiman, Ronnie Bouchain, Salvador Bentalila, and Micha Levy. And for the Yeshiva Or Chaim Knights, we have Jacob Herman, Armando Abitbol, Josh Mayer, Moshe Ostriker, and Yaakov Ben Dayan.
And tonight, the Beren Stars are not going with their usual starting lineup, an all-senior starting lineup. The coach said that tonight is their last night as seniors, and he thinks that the seniors can actually give their general starters some motivation by coming out and playing with the passion that we hope to see tonight.
And a noticeable absence.
And Or Chaim looking to get something going immediately. And we have a quick jump ball sending it in the other way. It's Beren's ball.
We have a noticeable absence from Sammy Newman, who hurt himself and would generally be a very big contributor to this game, but he won't be appearing in this one.
And Beren's bringing the ball up the court, looking to get the first basket of this Tier 4 Consolation game. Immediately sending it down low to Bentalila. Nothing doing there, just trying to get their first touch of the game. Passing it around, looking for some sort of a lane, something against this Yeshiva Or Chaim defense.
So the Or Chaim bench has been instructed to cheer because they don't have so many fans. I don't know if you want to say that. Yeah, they told them last night also.
And we have an inbound under the basket for the Beren Stars. See if they can get something off the inbound pass. And Or Chaim gets a steal and is on a fast break. And they get the bucket. We have a 2-0 lead in favor of the Yeshiva Or Chaim Knights.
And the Knights last night forced a bunch of turnovers against MTA. Unfortunately for them, they also committed a bunch by themselves. But Abitbol with a nice steal there and taking it all the way for the easy layup and almost gets another steal right there. But it goes off Or Chaim.
And I expect to hear a lot of noise from the Or Chaim bench tonight. There aren't all that many fans here, and so they might be a noisy bunch just amongst themselves. Beren looking to tie this game up. Passing the ball around. Buden with the ball. And he gets a foul called.
And you've got what looks like a 2-3 zone. They're looking to try and have an inside presence, as was mentioned before.
And Beren inbounding the ball, looking to get their first basket of the game. And the Or Chaim bench immediately chanting defense, defense, over and over again. All right, Beren swinging the ball around, trying to find that lane. Buden puts it up, no good.
The long arms of Ben Dayan.
And we
Ben
have
Dayan
a
inside.
quick turnover. Beren looking to get someone going here. Still trying to get their first points of the game. And another turnover. Chaim pushes it on the fast break and finishes nicely.
Got a little screen from the referee over there.
And a Bitbull with another steal. He has been hounding Hirsch Buten all night, caused 2 early turnovers, and has the 4 points for Orchaim, and a quick timeout called by Coach Steve Bunin. And for those who weren't here earlier, who weren't tuned in earlier to the EULA versus Hafter game, Steve Bunin, an anchor in the past for ESPN, SportsCenter, and almost every single sports show, actually joined us in the booth, joined alongside Moshe Cook and Shlomo Weisberg. That was an exciting match.
Hello, Courtney. Coach said that they're in a 3-2 and that they should move their feet.
And we have a 4-0 game with 5:40 left on the clock here in the first quarter of the Tier 4 Consolation game. Beren's still looking to get their first basket of the game. And they immediately send it down low to Yosher. And he is called for the travel, sending it back the other way. And we have Orchaim with their 4-0 lead looking to extend it even further. Staying the Orchaim way. See if they can get Ben Dayan in the play here. He's their big guy down low who has been a dominant force for them in the regular season in Toronto.
And Ben Dayan has been struggling a bit in the Sarachek tournament thus far. Last night going only 3 for 12 from the field, seemingly frustrated by MTA's stifling defense all night. So the Knights will look to get him rolling early, and with this 4-0 lead, that can be the perfect thing to continue to expand this lead.
The Knights are also only coming to this game with 8 eligible players. They came with 10 to the tournament. Sammy Newman has been out all tournament. He hurt himself shortly before. And just recently, Kobe Mull is out for this game as well. So they have 8 players. And we have a quick timeout by Orchaim.
Well, it's interesting to me that Ben Dayan has really been patrolling the perimeter. They look to probably try and get him inside a little bit more moving forward.
And Orchaim there was just moving the ball around the perimeter, unable to penetrate. They didn't seem to know what they were doing, and I think that's why Coach Blackwood called that timeout. I mean, the team was just kind of passing it around, and Beren was, playing great defense. Hirsch Buten was harassing a Bitbull. So I think Coach Blackwood maybe wanted to set up a play, run some offense. So far, their only offense has come in transition, so I think he maybe wants to set something up so they can get their half-court offense going.
And I think, Benny, to add to that, that may be because they're missing a key player from Sammy Newman, who once again averaged 7 assists over the season. And, when you have a distributor like that, it really adds a bit large component to your game, and they're really missing that presence maybe.
And now Spodek checking in for Jacob Herman, who was replacing Sammy Newman in the tournament.
And we have a Bitbull with the ball up top, trying to set something up and increase their lead. Passing the ball around, looking for an opening, and they send it down low to a Bitbull, who passes it back out. Ben Dayan creating space for himself, but it does not go. And Beren bringing the ball back up court, looking to finally get on the board, but it was not to be.
And we just want to use this time to remind you that if you have any feedback for us, let us know. Send us an email, feedback@maxlive.com. Sponsored by Clips Keepas. That is the Clips Keepas inbox.
And we have Beren with their hounding defense all over the Orchaim players. Josh Mayer looking to do something, get a little bit of space there, but he staying with Orchaim. And we have a travel, sending it back the other way.
Yeah, Ostricker did not look like he, was ready to he had just picked up a loose ball and kind of just started moving, and I think he didn't yet have, put the ball back down on the ground, and he was called for a travel there.
And we have 3:45 remaining, a 4-0 score here in the first quarter. Beren sending it down low and heading back the other direction. We have Orchaim picking up the loose ball.
Neither team really being able to get anything going so far. They really need to calm down, get into their offense, and get something going here.
And Beren has brought in some non-seniors now. We have Zachary Katz joining on the floor, as well as Ben Yosher.
And Ben Dayan puts in a bucket from down low, and they increase their lead to 6-0. Beren still looking to get their first basket with 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. And Zach Katz, as Benny just mentioned, just fresh off the bench, draws the foul, and he will go to the free throw line.
And Katz with a beautiful take, attacking a small guard, but attacking, he's listed here at 5'4", attacking the twin towers of Ben Dayan and Ostricker, weaving through the lane, and draws the foul, heading to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And when your offense is struggling, it's a really good idea to get to the line, get a few free throws, get your confidence, and establish that aggressiveness in the game.
And Beren is on the board. He hit his first free throw, and he's looking to hit his second one. We have a packed house here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. All right, and we have a 6-2 game with 3 minutes remaining. Orchaim looking to set something up.
Katz is hounding Spodek up at the top of the key, 40 feet from the basket, and it creates a turnover. Boone takes it away, loses his dribble. The ball is on the floor, but picked up by Bushin.
And it will be Orchaim ball, bringing it back up court. Both these teams out-of-town teams, one from Toronto, one from Houston, probably have a flight tomorrow, looking to get their win tonight and continue to the tournament tomorrow.
And Beren is now opening up in a press, trying to create turnovers. They know that MTA was able to force lots of turnovers against Orchaim, and they will try to do the same. But Orchaim easily breaks the press and will now set up in their half-court offense. And Spodek takes too many steps. That's Ostriker, takes a step before he puts the ball down, and he will get called for a travel. And one thing to note is that in the Sarachek tournament and in high school basketball in general, the refs are much more careful about the travel. In the NBA, a lot of times you can get away with things, but I think the refs want them to learn, the correct way to play basketball.
And while Orchaim did have a lot of turnovers, they also did an excellent job forcing turnovers last night, with 24 forced turnovers to their 23. So we're looking for, just a scrappy game on both sides.
And Orchaim picks up the rebound and brings it back up court after the Beren miss. We have Josh Mayer controlling the action from the top of the key, trying to set something up. Abitbo loses the ball out of bounds, and it will head back in the Beren direction. A lot of turnovers here in the first quarter. Let's see if they settle down and can get something going.
And you see Coach Bunin happy with the defense, that they're playing high-fiving his player after he forced that turnover. And it looks like what we saw last night in the Max Stern Athletic Center may repeat itself with a game full of turnovers.
And we have Orchaim's ball again. Abitbo bringing the ball up the court, looking to get something going. They have their 6-2 lead with 1:25 remaining here in the first quarter of the Tier 4 Consolation game. Sending it around, looking for something, and he takes it in. Up and no good. Beren with the rebound, bringing it back up court.
And Beren really collapsed in on that drive. Maybe looked to kick it out and get an outside shot after. They weren't able to, and another turnover.
And another turnover from Beren. If these stats are correct, that would give them 12 turnovers, and we're not even through the first quarter.
And a very nice bucket from Jacob Herman, taking it all the way into the lane and increasing their lead to 8-2.
That was a beautiful take from Herman. threading through the defense and gets an easy layup. I would have liked to see a little bit more from the Twin Towers of Beren there, putting up some sort of defensive effort.
And speaking of the Twin Towers, Ben Yosher himself, their 6'4" center, just got a bucket down low, and we have an 8-4 game here with 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
And I would assume that the Knights at this point would hold for one, although they attack straight, and that's Mayer with a contested layup, but he nails it to extend the lead to 10-4 with only 10 seconds left in the first quarter.
And Beren looking for one final bucket before this first quarter comes to an end. Not on the first attempt and not on the second one. So we end the first quarter with a 10-4 Orchaim lead. And we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we will join you back for the start of the second quarter.
Why did I choose to come to YU? I chose to come to YU because I wanted a school where I knew that I could play sports and I wasn't going to have to worry about Shabbos. I wanted to come somewhere where the girls on my team could wear sleeves underneath their jerseys and it wasn't even a question.
I could stick with all the things I'm passionate about and not have to let any of them go. All these things like working hard at school, playing sports, learning, and all my life, and now I didn't have to stop when I continued to college.
So I came to YU for soccer because I wanted to respect Shabbat, and even though I got offers to go to other schools to play soccer, I decided to come here because I could respect Shabbat and play at the same time.
To have the opportunity to compete in competitive NCAA Division III conferences, at the same time be able to keep all of halacha and not have to worry about Shabbos or practice on a holiday. So it's a really amazing experience.
I chose to go to YU because 3 generations of my family have gone to YU. I really like the idea of continuing my Jewish education and being in a Jewish environment, because I know people say like it's time for you to get into the real world. I mean, I'm going to be in the real world forever. Like, why not spend a little extra time?
And we're back for the start of the second quarter. I want to take a quick moment to welcome in and say that we are lucky to have in the booth with us tonight the president of Max Live himself, Mr. Benjamin Statman. Welcome, Benny.
Thanks so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Benny, we're really happy to have you.
And we're not just saying that. And a quick whistle. Looks like an off-the-ball foul staying at Orchaim's side of the court.
Just to refer back to the end of the last quarter, as Benny mentioned, they didn't wait to hold the ball, and I'm really happy to see that aggressiveness. I think it's important to establish aggressiveness now and not worry about time. Just go be aggressive. Whoever plays better basketball here, limits turnovers, increases aggressiveness, will more likely win the game.
And with 3 offensive rebounds on that play, you would hope that the Orchaim Knights could have scored, but unfortunately, after securing the 3rd rebound, Moshe Ostreicher threw the ball out of bounds to bring the Orchaim Knights turnover total to 8.
And Beren looking to respond, but no, it goes back the other direction as Orchaim quickly brings it back up the court with Josh Mayer, their guard, leading the way.
Once again, you see Ben Dayan really standing on the perimeter. Really would like to see them establish him inside.
And we have a Bitbull with the ball, still hounded by that Beren defense. And Ben Dayan looking for some outlet, something to do here. A Bitbull to Ben Dayan, who puts it up, and a little short, and Beren with the ball. Kupferman coming down with the rebound. And they quickly push it back up court and get an easy bucket from Mr. Bouchin.
A very nice play. Team isn't going to get back on defense. Make them pay for it.
And that's exactly what Beren needs to open up this quarter. And as I say that, Roni Bouchin with the steal, looking to take it himself, dumps it off to Kupferman, who travels.
And once again, we have it back in the Orchaim direction. And we have a substitution. Adam Spodek coming in. And Moshe Ostreicher taking a breather.
I believe that was actually Danny Grunbaum coming in for Ostreicher.
And Josh Mayer gets past the defense, passes it out. Ben Dayan looking to do something.
And these Stars are hungry tonight. They want their first Sarachek victory of 2015, playing defense 40 feet away from the basket, 30 feet away from the basket, playing defense like they're inside the key.
And Josh Mayer draws the foul.
Josh Mayer's done an excellent job cutting in, really being aggressive, and he's really seeing a return for it.
And I don't know if you guys can see this at home, but the entire Beren bench, as well as Coach Bunin, are clapping for the defensive effort. Even though a foul was committed, that is the kind of defensive effort they want to see tonight. And with that, Bouchine will check out, replaced by guard Brett Kleiman.
And Josh Mayer misses the second as well. So we still have a 10-6 game with 5:45 remaining here in the second quarter. And Beren looking to cut into that lead a little bit. And a very nice lefty layup from Mr. Benjamin Yosher himself.
And that was a beautiful feed. Gelman throwing it down to Yosher. Yosher spinning to the left and kissing it off the glass.
And Beren with another steal, looking to push and maybe tie this game up.
Not the ideal Ben Dayan possession right there. Bringing the ball up, he got stripped. Another turnover.
And we have a bucket from Danny Grunbaum and increases the lead to 12-8.
Very nice teardrop by Grunbaum.
Beren swinging the ball around, looking very patient on offense here.
Dangerous pass there.
And Alex Gelman just turned the ball over, and it's back in the Orchheim hands. And there is a foul called. Looks to be the third team foul here by Beren. And we have a substitution. Josh Mayer will sit down, and looks like Mayer Dalfin will take his place and will inbound the ball here. Orchheim here with a 12-8 lead with 4.5 minutes remaining before halftime. Orchheim looking for something, looking to increase that lead. But another turnover, and Beren is on the fast break.
Butin loses it, gets it back, throws it to Yosher, who can't finish the layup, and it's rebounded by Ben Dayan, who looks to push in a 1-on-5 break.
And it is rim out, but they get the offensive rebound, and it stays Orchheim ball. Ben Dayan passes it out for a wide open three-pointer, and it's good. And that looks to be the first three-pointer of this game, increasing the lead here with 3.5 minutes remaining.
And that was Danny Grunbaum. I believe they may have actually called that a 2. No, they changed it now on the scoreboard to 15, so they did call that a 3. And we have another Beren turnover. And that is, according to our scorebook, 17th turnover in the first half.
And another three-pointer for the Orchheim Knights, increasing the lead to 18-8. And Coach Steve Bunin wants a timeout to talk things over and maybe stop this Orchheim attack.
You know, it's really not out of Beren's control here. You know, either team, by limiting you know, turnovers, has a chance to get back in the game.
All right, and we will take a quick commercial break so Coach Bunin can talk it over with his guys.
John, 1 pitch away, 1 pitch away.
back. We have an 18-8 game with 3 minutes remaining before halftime. Beren looking to chip into this lead, fresh off the timeout. And we have a 3-point attempt, and it's good. And
You really like to see that coming out of the timeout. You love to see coming out with energy and a 3-point shot.
Roni Bushin cutting the lead, and now we have an 18-11 game.
And as one of my favorite color men, Ari Feiger, loves to say, momentum is of utmost importance heading into halftime. As a foul is called on Beren, sending Oestreicher to the line to shoot 2.
Oestreicher hits the first, increasing the lead. Looking to hit the second as well and make it 20-11, heading back in the Beren direction. And he calmly hits the second. See if Beren can get something going here. We only have 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ronnie Bushin passes up another 3, and they're passing it around, trying to find their best take. But it looks like another turnover, and Orchaim gets the ball and will look to increase their lead. Speaking to Coach Bunin before the game, he was well aware of the Orchaim defense and said that they were planning to hopefully come up with a fantastic effort to stop the many turnovers that they've been forcing. And a substitution for Beren as Ben Yosher sits down for a breather. And we have Hirsch Boone bringing the ball up court, trying to get something going. Swings it around. And it goes out of bounds, but will stay Beren ball. And they swing it back to Roni Bushin, who swings it around. Sends it back. Passes up on the 3. But, nope. Staying Beren ball.
And I'd like to just take this moment to look at our Clip Keepers inbox. Thank you to those people who have been writing in so far. We have a shout out to the rookie coach Ori Schwartz, as well as a mazel tov to Avi Mafuda, who's been one of our booth producers throughout the tournament, on his engagement to that girl who he's engaged to. Thanks, Jesse Gordon.
Mazel tov indeed. As Orchaim looks to capitalize, and a quick bucket for them by Armando Abitbol.
And
we
a
have
great
a 22-11
Euro step right there. Beautiful take, great footwork. May have been fouled, no call. Continued, didn't worry about it, and got an excellent layup.
And Zach Katz puts up the 3, but it was not meant to be, as Ben Dayan rebounds and Orchaim looks to capitalize. Oestreicher down low, surrounded by Beren players, but he manages to get the rebound and pass it out. The biggest guy on the court hitting a 3, and we have a 25-11 game with 45 seconds remaining.
And now it's beautiful form, beautiful 3-point shot, beautiful extension. That's what I like to see.
And they pass it down low, and a nice bucket from Aaron Kupferman. We have a 12-point game. Let's see if Orchaim decides to hold for one. Oh, any offensive foul called.
And Benny, we noticed earlier last quarter that they don't seem to care about the clock winding down at the end of the quarter. They're going to work their offense and try and score a quick one.
And I think that's very important in Sarachek basketball specifically, because there is no shot clock. So if you're not going to, at what point do you say, we're going to hold for the last shot? Do you do it with 2 minutes left? Do you do it with 1 minute left? Do you wait for 35 seconds? So I think these teams are going to run their offense, and if they get an open shot, they're going to take it. And I respect that, especially in this game.
It's all about right now. There's no tomorrow.
And Orchaim gets the loose ball, and they draw the foul. And we will have Armando Abitbol going to the line.
And with only 5.4 seconds left in the second quarter and in the first half, you really don't want to see a foul committed and sending somebody to the line, stopping the clock, and allowing him to get these freebies.
Coach Blackwood must be very pleased with their performance tonight, coming off of a tough loss last night to MTA. and performing much better here today so far.
And MTA obviously has a little bit of a home court advantage with fans coming out. They're used to playing this gym. Now it's equal footing. Neither team is from here. Neither team has tons of fans who can come in from the local area. It's just two teams playing against each other and hoping to win this game.
And Abibol hits the second as Beren throws it all the way down court, and they find a man with time running out who draws the foul.
And again, I just said that with 5.4 seconds, you don't want a foul left. And I think that you can agree that even with less time on the clock, with 2.4 seconds, the last thing that you want to do is foul a guy. Again, you stop the clock and you give him an opportunity to earn some free points at the charity stripe.
A plus B equals C, Benny. Makes perfect sense. Very logical.
Yoni Shedlow here, a rising mathematician here in Yeshiva University. And he hits the second free throw. And we have 2 seconds left. See if Or Chaim can get a shot off here. And they heaves it at the buzzer. Oh, rim out, not to be. We have Or Chaim 26, the Beren Academy Stars 14 as we go to halftime. And we're going to send it down to Yechiel Schwab for the halftime interview with the Or Chaim coach.
Okay, thank you guys very much. I'm here with Coach Blackwood. Coach, you're up to an early 26-14 lead. What has been working for you this half?
I think the guys just decided to come out and play with a little bit more intensity this game. We've been coming out flat, and we've lost the momentum, and once we got in the hole, it was difficult to dig ourselves out of the hole, but they've come out with their foot on the gas pedal, and we need to continue that for the second half of the game.
What are you going to be telling your team in the locker room?
Just to keep the intensity up, stay hungry, however smart and composed. That's what we're looking for second half.
Thank you very much. Good luck. And back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Yechiel. We just heard from Coach Blackwood. We have our 26-14 game, and we are going to go to a commercial for this halftime. We will see you guys at the start of the third quarter.
I chose to come to YU because I really felt like I could have it all here.
The whole team is in the same boat, and we're all working towards the same thing, which is excellence in every area of our life. And I think that YU athletics really promotes just success in sports, in school, and in life.
Okay, so I'm the founder of the Latin American Business Club, and we had really, really good people that came to speak to us, like the ex-president from Bolivia, the consul from Mexico in New York, the Paraguayan representative to the United Nations, and because of this club, we were invited to the United Nations and to other events that were really cool.
I did Habitat for Humanity through Yeshiva University, and that was an amazing experience.
Besides fencing, some of the other amazing opportunities I've been afforded here at YU have been being on the debate team, which is really awesome. Also, going with the Center for the Jewish Future on tours or to Israel to be on Counterpoint to work with Israeli teens. Taking a class with the president of the university, which was really awesome. The Friday lecture series, where you get to hear from CEOs from all across the country.
I think the best part of being an athlete is just to be a part of the whole athletic community, because it really becomes like a family.
When first-year student, you don't know too many people, especially if you're not from New York, and just being part of a team is actually very beneficial.
All my best friends here I met on the baseball team. Every year I seem to make 1 or 2 really good friends that I'm going to be friends with for the rest of my life.
Honestly, the best part is representing the institution and representing your friends, because everyone, within the Jewish community knows, oh yeah, I know what YU is, but to hear that they have winning teams and to go to a basketball game and see the boys playing in kippas and all of that, to be able to combine these two worlds that seem so drastically different of sports, athletics in general, and religious life, I think is really, really cool.
Being a student athlete at YU taught me a lot of valuable lessons about budgeting my time, which I can't overrate how important it is to learn how to do that. And I had kind of an idea before I came to college, but now I really know.
Yeah, if there was no NCAA regulation regarding how long I could play.
Until my daughter starts outscoring me on the court.
I think I'll be here all my life.
I would say at least until 28, because your standard competitive runner peaks at age 28. So why would I ever leave before that? I mean, so at least until 28, and then, if my performance starts to dwindle, I'll be happy to join the cross-country coaching staff.
Yeah, I'd probably be here a while. Get in some more credits, get a little bit closer to that 150. But I would stay here a while probably, because like this experience, these times, the memories that you have, you're not going to get back that time ever again, and you have to take advantage of every second because it'll be gone before you know it.
And we're back to the Max Stern Athletic Center, getting ready for the second half here of the Tier 4 Consolation game. Yoni, any thoughts going into the second half? What we might expect from these teams coming from the locker room?
Once again, there have been a lot of turnovers so far, and either team can limit turnovers and get back into this game.
We have Orchaim coming out with a 12-point lead. If I had to guess, I would say they would look to increase their lead as quickly as possible and quickly mount as large of a lead as they can possibly get.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good plan. I think in the first few minutes, really, Beren has to do a good job of bringing this deficit to within single digits. Right now, they're losing by 12 points. If they can, in the first 3 or 4 minutes, let's say, of the third quarter, bring it to single digits and slowly chip away. Again, there's no such thing as a 12-point play, as my friend Ari Feiger, who I get all my basketballisms from, says there's no such thing as a 12-point play. You have to do it play-by-play with good defense. And what they really need to do is Beren has a very solid half-court offense. They have the big men. They have the guards. But right now, they're trying to push every single time. They're not getting into their half-court offense. They're playing only transition, and they're turning the ball over way too many times with 20 turnovers in the first half. That could be potentially a Sarachek record. I'd love to see the Stars get Asaf Kupferman more involved on offense. I know that his uncle is watching from Los Angeles. He's been writing into feedback at maxlive.com, and we really appreciate that. But I'd love to see them integrate him into the office. Yoni, do you have anything to add?
Once again, what turnovers are the biggest thing? Ben Dayan, I would love to see him a little bit more involved in this game. He hit a beautiful three, but let's get him inside. He's 6'6".
And we will send it to a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we will start the third quarter of this Tier 4 Consolation game.
Why did I choose to come to YU? I chose to come to YU because I wanted a school where I knew that I could play sports and I wasn't going to have to worry about Shabbos. I wanted to come somewhere where the girls on my team could wear sleeves underneath their jerseys, and it wasn't even a question.
I could stick with all the things I'm passionate about and not have to let any of them go. All these things like working hard at school, playing sports, learning, and all my life, and now I didn't have to stop when I continued to college.
So I came to YU for soccer because I wanted to respect Shabbat, and even though I got offers to go to other schools to play soccer, I decided to come here because I could respect Shabbat and play at the same time.
To have the opportunity to compete in competitive NCAA Division III conferences, at the same time be able
goes inside the orange circle, and to try to do that as often as possible, it's really hard to win in basketball without doing that. We're really, we can't do that for them. They have to do it for themselves.
Okay, thank you very much. Good.
And we're back at the start of this third quarter. We have a 12-point game as Beren looks to cut into this lead. Let's see what they can get going here.
And I'm not sure if our viewers were able to hear that interview. We actually had a bit of trouble hearing it. I think we may have had some technical difficulties upstairs. And apparently it was just the broadcasters who couldn't hear it.
And we have Aaron Kupferman hitting the bucket down low.
And that was a beautiful play. Beautiful play getting that inside. Established a presence inside right away. I really like to see that.
And Ostreicher strikes right back, and the lead is back to 12. Let's see if Beren can get another quick bucket. That's definitely what they got to be looking for here. Try to cut into this lead. Oh, and a nice pass down low. And we have another bucket from Ben Yosher.
That was a beautiful find from Booten to Yosher. Those two have connected on quite a few plays, and I hope that the Stars can develop that as the Knights come right back with a three-pointer. That was from, I think
that was Josh Mayer hitting the
yeah.
three. And we have a 31-18 game here with 6:40 remaining. As Beren puts it up down low, but it was not to be as Orchaim now brings the ball back up court.
And we're watching nice, clean basketball here. We haven't seen a turnover. We've seen nice sets, and we've seen great plays here.
And we have a foul called on Beren.
And that was Bushin getting a little bit too aggressive when he was guarding a Bitbull. Again, Beren looking to create the turnovers, and Coach Bunin is happy with that rough defense, but sometimes it will lead to a foul call.
Ben Dayan up top, passing the ball around. And Ostreicher puts it up from down low. Ben Dayan gets the board. See if these two can get something going. And we have a beautiful jumper from Jacob Herman.
And again, Herman replacing Sammy Newman as the normal starter for the Orchaim Knights, doing a great job filling in for him, scoring those 2 points there.
And it goes out of bounds, but it will stay Beren's ball. And we have a substitution.
Ben Dayan grabbing a nice offensive rebound, setting up the offense again, and going, and it winds up with a score. And that's what you like to see. Offensive rebounds, always a good thing.
And we have Zach Katz back in the game for Beren as they bring it down low, but they lose the ball. There's that turnover that we've just been talking about. And we have Orchaim's ball. See if they can inbound. Oh, another turnover. And back to the line goes Kupferman for 2 free throws.
And that's exactly what I was talking about during halftime. I said I want to see Asaf Kupferman get more involved in the Beren offense, and there he did it. He created his own offense by creating a turnover, and he will now have a chance to earn 2 points at the free throw line.
And he gets the lucky roll on the first.
Good defense equals good offense. If you can get, force turnovers, limit your own, you're really putting yourself in a good position, especially in high school ball where fundamentals really win out.
And Kupferman misses the second, so as we have Orchaim looking to increase their lead. But another turnover. Beren's defense doing its job here early in the second half. Passes it all the way down court, and we have a nice lefty finish for Beren from Ben Yosher.
And that was a beautiful Hail Mary. Beren had tried that a few times in the first half, created a lot of turnovers, but they did not get back on defense there. Orchaim took it straight to the hole and drew a foul.
And the foul was called on Ben Yosher as we have Armando Abitbol going to the line for 2 free throws.
And again, as I mentioned during halftime, in these first 3 to 4 minutes of the second half, it's really important for Beren to cut this lead to single digits. Right now, their offense has gone much better. However, on defense, they haven't gone back and they haven't stopped. And right now, it's not going to be good enough for them to trade baskets with Orchaim.
And Abitbol hits the first free throw, and we have a 34-21 game here with 5:19 remaining in the third quarter. And the second one is good as well. So we have a 14-point game as Beren looks to get something going. And we have a 3-point attempt, and it is good. A very nice shot from Roni Bushin, and we have an 11-point game. Keeping that press going. They are a resilient bunch, that's for sure.
And Hirsch Booten creating with his hounding defense, forcing a Orchaim turnover, and Beren on this possession has a chance to bring this lead to within single digits.
And Coach Bunin is definitely happy there on the bench, as they are definitely doing their job so far. Beren swinging it around. Little deflection, and it is Orchaim's ball.
Ben Dayan's long arms really causing havoc as he's grabbing rebounds. Really nice game from him so far on the boards.
And we hear a defense chant starting from the Beren bench as we want to give a little shout out to all the fans here in attendance for this Tier 4 Consolation game.
And I see amongst the Beren fan base in the quadrant of the gym, Tawny Pollock, a Max Live staff member, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of our Max Live staff who's working tonight, who's worked throughout the tournament. For those of you at home who are watching, we hope that the broadcast comes across as seamless, but a lot of work and a lot of time goes into it. We have an over 80-person staff, and we've spent months planning this broadcast.
As Yosher just got the offensive rebound and a bucket down low. So we have a 9-point game. We are back to single digits for the first time in a while. Let's see if they can keep it that way or if Orchaim will capitalize.
Orchaim really has a bright future as well. You know, a lot of returning players just won. And, you know, they've shown so strong in this game, such strong resilience. It started as a young team, Sarachek, a lot of pressure. And, you know, all the teams have been playing really well under pressure.
And it is late here. It is now 11 p.m. as these players had to wait for the previous game to finish. We had a thriller between Ida Crown and Fuchs Mizrahi as Ida Crown took that one in overtime.
And Ida Crown will now play in the Tier 2 championship tomorrow at the Max Stern Athletic Center.
And Ostreicher gets the rebound down low and puts it back in to increase the lead to double digits.
Very nice offensive rebound by Ostreicher. Nothing fancy, just make room and put it right back in for an easy layup.
And
that's
a very
like
nice response from the Beren Academy Stars as Hirsch Budin sends it down low to Ben Yosher for a bucket. And we are back to a 9-point game. And it looks like the Orchaim coach would like a timeout to try and respond and come back to this game with some aggression.
And one of our sponsors, Carlos and Gabby's, helped feed the staff here that Benny was talking about.
And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We have LK Healthcare Data Plumbers, the Columbus Baseball Invitational, Step It Up Basketball, and a lot of the players who play in Sarachek are products of Step It Up Basketball. Step It Up Basketball is run by Yeshiva University Maccabees assistant coach Yoga Verdugo. It's a great program. We'd like to thank all of our food sponsors who have been providing us with meals during the tournament. Carlos and Gabby's, Smoky Joe's, Gotham Burger gave us dinner tonight. The Doghouse in Teaneck brought us lunch today. We have 5-Star Catering, a bunch of the Yeshiva University offices, Westchester Dermatology, Samson Sound and Lighting, and of course, don't forget to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at MaxLive.
And we have a 9-point lead.
And again, Beren has been able to trim this to single digits, and why they've been doing that by going down inside to Ben Yosher, and look to Beren to continue to do that if they want to chip away at this lead.
Right, Ben Yosher coming from Houston, Texas. I believe basketball is actually in his blood, as his entire family are basketball players. Right, we have Rebecca Yosher in the crowd tonight. I believe she plays basketball for Stern and had a fantastic season.
She was a former YU Lady Mac, led the NCAA, the entire NCAA in rebounding last year, and she has she's actually in the Raptors on the banner as a co-sided Capital One academic All-American for both the 2013 and 2014 seasons.
As we have a foul called, and we have Yaakov Ben-Dayan going to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. Our score is 37-28 in favor of Orchaim with 2:13 remaining here in the third quarter. And he hits the first. And we have a substitution for Beren.
Now Beren has a very good chance of getting back into this game. We've seen a lot of the turnovers being trimmed down. Hopefully they can start running their offense. Yosher has been big. Let's see if they can really return, score some points right now.
And Yosher's taking a quick breather.
And I believe that he's now on the bench because that was actually his 4th foul. And with only 6 minutes gone by in the third quarter, that's really unfortunate. Knowing he had 3, he should have been a little bit more careful. But now he will have to take a seat on the bench.
And Orchaim hit their second free throw, and they get the steal. They bring it back up court with their 11-point lead. And a Bitbull takes it in, but it does not go. And it will turn it over, and it will be Beren ball. Yoni, how do you think Beren can cut into this lead with Yosher on the bench? Where do you think they'll go? What weapon will they use in order to cut into this lead?
Well, you know what? They're going to continue to limit turnovers. They're going to run through their offense. They have a small lineup with Yosher on the bench, so they're going to have to get some outside shots, be aggressive, draw some fouls.
And we have a three-point attempt, but it is rim out. And Zach Katz, maybe the smallest guy in the court, picks up the offensive rebound and immediately puts it back in to make it a 9-point game.
And again, with one of the biggest players on Beren on the bench, Beren left it up to Zach Katz to go and get that offensive rebound. Most likely the shortest player listed for Beren at only 5 feet 4 inches tall, but he plays with passion and he got that offensive rebound.
And Beren immediately passes down low, but they turn it over again. We have 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter, with Orchaim leading 39-30. And we have a Bidbol who took it in hard and drew the foul, and he will go to the free throw line to try to increase their lead.
And Bidbol has been really aggressive this entire game. He's made it to the line a few times. He's really sacrificing his body, being really aggressive. We've seen Orchaim go to the line a few times in a row now, and coach must be really happy with the aggressiveness they're showing.
And he misses the first, but he will look to get the second and increase this lead back to double digits.
And just to bring everybody up to pace on the action that happened today, we had a bunch of semifinal games that will determine the games that will be played tomorrow on Championship Monday. So in the Tier 4 Championship, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. there will be the MTA Lions versus the Akiva Detroit Pioneers. For Tier 1 in the championship, we will have the Weinbaum Storm versus the Maimonides MCATs at 11 a.m. That will be followed by the Tier 2 Championship of Hillel, New Jersey versus Ida Crown. And at 2 o'clock, hopefully everyone will be tuned in for the Tier 1 Championship between Hafter and Frisch.
And we had a beautiful feed from Zach Katz to Kupferman down low for the bucket, and Orchaim brought it back down, and we have a Bidbol going back to the line. As Yoni was just saying, his aggressive nature, and he is back at the line to try to get a couple of free throws.
And Zach Katz really having a nice effect on this game. He's so aggressive. He's got little man syndrome. He's small. He doesn't back down, and he really is creating offense here.
As that free throw barely grazes the front of the rim. We'd just like to thank a few more people for the shout-outs. Thank you, Shanna Igabi. I know the gym does look packed. We wish you could join us here. I'm not sure what lucky sock color you're referring to, but I will maybe ask Andy if he can help me out with that.
We'll discuss that at the break as we finish up the third quarter here. With 3 seconds, Ben Dayan pulls up, but it rims out, and we have a 41-32 lead in favor of Orchaim. And we will take a quick commercial break. And we're back. We have a 41-32 lead in favor of Orchaim as we are about to start the fourth quarter in the Tier 4 consolation game.
And I have been informed that I should be giving a shout out to Stephen Kupferman, I believe the father of Asaf Kupferman, who's listening into tonight's broadcast.
And you know, Beren trimmed the lead to 9. As Benny said, a key would be to get rid of that double-digit lead, give yourself some confidence, and it should be a very exciting fourth quarter.
And Beren still bringing their defense, even here in the fourth quarter, late at night. They're still all over these Orchaim Knights, trying to force some turnover.
Oh, beautiful move.
Ben Dayan
Beautiful move.
with a beautiful spin move, gets the bucket down low, increases the lead to 11.
Ben Dayan spinning to the left, kissing it off the glass. What a beautiful play to extend this lead back into double digits. And again, if Beren wants to make this comeback, I think they need to start working on creating turnovers. Again, the game has been relatively clean in this second half. Not as many turnovers, but Beren needs to start wreaking some havoc if they want to regain this lead.
And it looks like Yosher is getting ready to check back into this game. Let's see what happens on this current possession as Beren gets the turnover.
That ball was stolen by Asaf Kupferman, who's been all over the court all day on defense, on offense, creating for his team. And right there, Roni Bushin with the nice take on the left side, draws the foul, cannot complete the three-point play, but he will head to the line for 2.
And we have 6:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter as Roni Bushin looks to increase their lead. Currently 11, and now it's at 12. Sorry, it is a 10-point game.
We're going to work on those math skills, Andy. Don't you worry.
As I mentioned
me
before,
and Andy have just agreed to have a tutoring session after the game.
Yoni is a mathematician, and I suffer in the math department. It has been my weakest subject since elementary school.
Yoni, have you declared a major yet?
I plan on declaring a major of English this coming semester.
Not only does he do math, but he does English as well. As
beautiful
an aggressive take and a beautiful block from behind.
That was Roni Bushin swatting Armando Abitbull. And as Adir Pinchot would say, welcome to the block party.
Roni Bushin, older brother Isaac Bushin, known for most of IO in the Army right now. Also an excellent basketball player.
And Zach Katz with a beautiful finish off the glass to cut the lead to 8. Oh, and Ben Dayan sky high puts it in, increases the lead to 10.
Ben Dayan known for his dunks in warm-ups. That one did not look like a dunk, but he was skying as he laid that one in off the glass to extend the lead to 9. And Beren will look to inbound from their own baseline. Apparently, I'm not very good at math either.
We're going to leave the math to Mr. Yoni Shedlow for the remainder of this game. As Ben Dayan swats it away, but we have a whistle. And Coach Bunin looks unhappy at the bench.
And again, tonight, this is both these teams. These teams want to get their win in Sarachek. They want to go down in Sarachek history as the 19 seed. And that was the 5th foul on Ben Yosher. He's going to have to come out. He will exit the game.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was the 7th team foul on these Beren Academy Stars, which puts Moshe Eistreicher at the line for a 1-and-1.
And that's a big hit, Ben Yosher going on the bench, because they really generated a lot of offense from him to try and keep in this game. Once again, we'll be able to see from Zach. We'll be able to see some of that aggressiveness, and they can really still stay in this game.
And Eistreicher missed the free throw, but the ball stays in Orchaim's hands as they look to increase their lead.
And Yosher will finish with 13 points and 4 rebounds on the night in this Tier 4 consolation game.
And Beren gets the steal and is looking to capitalize. And a foul is called on Armando Abitbull of Orchaim.
And without Ben Yosher, what do you guys think Beren is going to have to do if they want to come back in this game, if they want to secure this Tier 4 consolation game victory?
Well, I think they do have 2 big men. I believe they have Yosher, but they also have Mr. Kupferman, who has been great for them all season long. So I would say that Kupferman must pick up the slack with the other big guy on the bench, as we have a jump ball called, but it looks to stay as Beren's ball.
And we've been seeing some great playmaking by Zach Katz. We've been seeing some offense generated by Bouchine. They have their weapons, they have an arsenal, and they can really be in this game. It's not all on Yosher.
And Zach Katz takes it in the lane, but turns the ball over. So we have Orchaim bringing the ball back up court here with 5:25 remaining in our last game of this Sunday night within Sarachek tournament.
2-on-1.
And it was not meant to be a little too hard on the fast break.
And Bendayan dribbles it off his foot, attempts Ostriker on the floor, a Bitbull on the floor, trying to get it. And I love to see that sportsmanship. Alex Gelman picking up Armando Abitbull off of the floor. We love to see that in Sarachek.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
It's really a big theme here at YU. Everyone helping each other out. I felt that.
And that actually leads me right back into that math tutoring session that Mr. Shuttle was promised me. I'm looking forward to that one. As we have another bucket from Beren, cutting the lead to 8. A nice finish from Roni Bouchine.
And Beren now looks to be in a full court press. Bendayan will look to probably break that press using that big tight end body of his. He's almost like a football tight end player, kind of bigger and taller, and can just out-muscle those players to get those loose balls.
And we have a timeout called here with 4:41 remaining. The score is 45-37 in the favor of the Yeshiva Orchaim Knights.
And let me pose a question to the two of you. We have 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game, and now I've just done the math in my head. If the score is 45-37, that means that it's an 8-point game. That is at minimum 3 possessions. So what do you think that Beren is going to have to do over the next few minutes in order to come back in this one?
Well, you know, they've really shown what they need to do, and that's generate some offense. They have weapons. They've been doing an excellent job with that recently, which is how they cut down the double-digit lead. If they can continue to do this and play defense, you know,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Yoni. Can you just confirm that Benny's math was correct? It is, in fact, an 8-point
his math was correct. We worked on it a little bit during the last break. I'm very proud of him, as well as my parents would be proud of me for this is the first time in my life I've been called a mathematician.
All right, and we're back coming from the timeout. Here we have Orchaim inbounding the ball, up by 8.
And again, Beren, it looks like they're going to be pressing for the rest of the game, not letting any inbound plays go, and really trying to create some turnovers.
And they send it down low.
We've really seen some fantastic finishes here at Sarachek. You're never out of it. You're always in the ball game. It's all about confidence. It's all about aggressiveness. These players are really talented, and the game's just never over, not till the final buzzer sounds.
And Jacob Herman hit a bucket to increase the lead to 10, and Beren takes a quick 3-pointer that did not fall through, so Orchaim will bring the ball back up court with a 10-point lead. Beren still all over them, not letting up, even as his game gets into the last few minutes. Bendayan from the top.
That was a beautiful up and under.
And he gets his own rebound and draws the foul, and he will go to the free throw line here with 3:54 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And driving through the lane always generates offense. It creates chaos. You can get offensive rebounds after. If you don't have a set play, just go in the middle, see what happens. And that got him to the free throw line here. And Bendayan has been very effective this game.
And Bendayan, with that beautiful form that we were discussing earlier, hits the first free throw as we have a timeout called. So we have an 11-point game here with 3:54 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And that was the 4th foul on Asaf Kupferman. It was a 4th foul on Asaf Kupferman. And again, with 3:54 left, this is it. This is the final game for these two teams. They will not be playing tomorrow, and this is their chance. They got to leave it out on the floor. You have 5 fouls. You use those 5 fouls.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to see what comes after this timeout. There is not a lot of time remaining in this game. They got to let it all on the court here. They've been doing that from the start, but even maybe pick it up a notch. We're going to see what happens right after this huddle.
And do you think that Beren is going to immediately look to start shooting threes, or do you think they're still going to try to play their offense, force turnovers, and get into the fast breaks?
You know, Benny, I really hope that they decide not to start heaving threes. There's nothing worse for a team than to start going away from what they're good at, going away from their offense. They're really not, they shouldn't go into afraid mode. They can really run their offense. There's plenty of time. Get back in this game. Worry about threes later.
It will be interesting to see how it all plays out with Yosher on the bench, being that he fouled out already, and Kupferman having to carry most of the work down low as Bendayan gets ready for his second free throw, and he gets it to go. So
he
we
really
have
has beautiful form on those free throws. He's a great shooter, and he's really proven that you know, if you leave him open, he's a threat to be dealt with.
And we have a 12-point game as Beren quickly gets it up court. See what they set up with here, trying to cut into that lead. Zach Katz passes it to the middle, and we have a nice finish from Aaron Kupferman. We are down to a 10-point game.
Very effective this game. It's been a pleasure to watch him.
And he does a great job of getting into the lane and dishing it to Asaf Kupferman, who finishes it there.
Josh Mayer looking to set something up here for Shivat Or Chaim. Looks like they were trapped. They were trapped in the corner as Zach Katz steals the ball, and a quick foul called on Or Chaim as Beren now inbounds the ball. Only down 9 points with 3:19 remaining.
And generally at this time in the gym on Sunday night, there are actually Yeshiva University Ultimate Frisbee intramurals. So we actually have a shout out. I think this might have got mixed up. This one says "Go Habs Go," love Mark. I believe that was actually from one of the intramural Frisbee. This was meant for the intramural Frisbee, so we're gonna ignore that one for now.
And we have a bucket down low from Or Chaim. So we're back to an 11-point game. See how Beren can respond to this. Zach Katz puts up the three. It's good. The little man can shoot the ball well. He hits the three, and we're down to an 8-point game here with 2.5 left. Oh, another one, and it's good again. We are down to a 6-point game. A quick turnover and another bucket, and it's now a 6-point game as Or Chaim heaves the ball down the court. Another turnover. Beren brings it back.
Beren rallying right now. Oh, beautiful take.
And another finish. The crowd's going wild. We have a 4-point game.
This is exactly what I was talking about when I said the game is never over. They have stormed back into this game with their aggression, and it's been a beautiful thing to watch.
And Coach Blackwood does not look pleased. His team just relinquished their 11-point lead. It's gone back to single digits. We have a 4-point game, 2:11 left on the clock, as Beren gets several turnovers, finishes left and right, and we have a 51-47 game here in our last game.
All of a sudden, I was looking at the inbox, and all of a sudden it was an 8-point lead, and all of a sudden we're down to 4 with 2:11 left. Beren is right back in this game. They do have to be careful with the 4 fouls on Asaf Kupferman. Again, Ben Yosher has already fouled out, so they will have to be. And again, they're already in the bonus, so they will have to be careful with that. But Beren is right back in this thing.
We have 2 shout-outs here. We have a shout-out to Yoni and Tani Pollock, who rushed back from a wedding earlier today to make it to this game, as well as a shout-out to Courtney Thomas, who is amazing at filling in for President Max Live, Benny Statman, as video producer, and she's doing an excellent job.
And I would just like to also, I was at that wedding with Tani and Yoni Pollock, so I'd like to wish a big mazel tov to Zach Janoff on his marriage to Elisheva Goldberg. We wish you guys lots of hatzlacha and that you build a Beit Neman b'Yisrael.
Amen. Mazel tov to Zach.
Seemingly they weren't so interested in coming to the game after the wedding.
And we are back with 2 minutes left to play. See if we can put the wedding conversations on hold as a foul is called on Or Chaim. Beren with the ball. But that was only their 5th team foul, so Beren will not go to the line just yet. But they will still look to cut that lead from 4 and see if they can make it a closer game.
And that was the 4th foul on Jacob Herman. Again, it's really important to remember if this game does go to overtime, Or Chaim only has 8 players. That means if 4 of those players foul out, is there such thing as a forfeit? Have we ever had a forfeit in Sarachek? I'm not sure.
Well, Benny, that's definitely a concern, but they have to just play right now and not worry about that.
All right. We have 1:45 remaining as Beren looking to cut into this lead. Puts it up, no good, and Ben Dayan with the rebounds.
Once again, that play was started with Zach Katz diving on the floor. He's been really effective this game, really, really effective.
And again, it looks like that will be a backcourt violation called on Yeshiva Or Chaim. And again, with no shot clock, I was about to say that Or Chaim can just dribble out the ball for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Beren, Beren pressed them and forced a poor pass that went into the backcourt.
And Coach Bunin calls a timeout to form a play to hopefully cut into this lead and make it a one-possession game.
Now, Andy and Yoni, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think that the Beren coach is drawing up for his players? And additionally, what is Orchaim drawing up defensively for their players?
You know, Orchaim really just, you know, I don't know what's drawing up. He's telling them, you know, limit turnovers. You know, you have a lead. Don't give them the ball. Don't give them an opportunity. You know, whether they hold the ball for a minute and 25, that doesn't matter at this point. You just don't give it to them at the very least.
It is interesting to know that Orchaim only has 5 team fouls, so they do have the option of fouling someone and not immediately sending him to the line. We'll see if Coach Blackwood looks to take advantage of that.
And I always think it's an interesting question. Most of these teams, I'm not sure if in Houston or in Toronto they play with the shot clock, but a lot of these teams are used to playing with the shot clock. And if they get into the habit of just trying to hold the ball for a minute, they get nervous, they'll eventually make a bad pass, and they'll turn it over. So my question is it better to try to just dribble it out, or is it better to try to play in your normal offense that you're used to?
Well, certainly don't rush it, but run through your normal offense. Zach has a beautiful dish.
Doing it all, sends it down low to Kupferman, who finishes it. We are at a 2-point game with 1:10 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And again, since since Yosher has fouled out, the Zach Katz to Asaf Kupferman connection has been wide open, and they have basically been scoring at will.
Zach Katz, once again, 5'4". It just doesn't matter. In with the threes.
And we have 52 seconds left on the clock. 51-49, Orchaim lead. And an N1. He gets the foul, and he finishes it. Lead is up to 4 as he looks to capitalize from the free throw line to make it a 5-point game.
And we've seen that aggressiveness from him the entire game. He's going to be sore tomorrow, but he'll be really happy because he has sacrificed his body for this team, and he's rewarded with a chance for a 3-point play right now.
And Armando Abitbol at the line, looking to get his team the victory before they fly back to Toronto tomorrow afternoon. And he hits it. We have a 5-point game with 48 seconds on the clock. See what Beren can do. Not all that much time remaining. And Orchaim forces the turnover. Pass it to Ben Dayan, who dunks it. Wow.
Incredible play.
And Ben Dayan throws it down. I've been waiting for this the entire tournament. I remember when reading it in the media guide that he can throw down. I've been waiting for the moment when it would happen. And I'm so happy that it did with 29.2 seconds left in this Tier 4 semifinal.
Ben Dayan with the dagger, 2-hand throwdown.
And that was the 3rd dunk in this Sarachek tournament alone. I believe we had one in the Ida Crown game and the Eula game as well.
I don't know if either of those were in such a late game, such a crucial point when you're up just a few points. You're able to just throw it down. Really, it's disheartening for the other team.
And for those of you who have liked us on Facebook, you can see one of those dunks. You can see the Daniel Tion dunk from Eula's Friday game that was posted by one of Max Live's Facebook administrators.
You don't say.
Well, he just did. And Zach Katz is at the free throw line.
I did say it, and it will be recorded for all eternity.
The English major himself correcting not only in math, but in English. And we have Zach Katz at the line.
The master of all trades.
Your parents are definitely very proud of you. And Zach Katz hits the first. We have a 6-point game here with 25.2 left on the clock.
Yoni Shedlow, is there anything that you can't do?
I can't fail.
We have a 5-point game here with 20 seconds. And a foul is called, which will send Orchaim to the line for another 1-and-1. Yoni Shedlow, what are your thoughts right now? About anything, life, the game, deeper thoughts? Everyone just wants to hear what you have to say, what kind of wise words you have to share with us.
Well, I'm going to bring it right back to the game.
And we have a request from the crowd for another dunk. There's not so much time remaining, but if anyone could pull it off, it would be Ben Dayan himself, as Orchaim hits the first free throw, and we're up to a 6-point lead.
And that's Grunbaum with ice water running through his veins, sending this, hopefully, if he can hit this one down to a 3-possession game, and he does. And this might just be too much for Beren to climb back from. And
as Benny was saying earlier, there is no 12-point play. There's also no 7-point play. So Beren needs a few baskets with not much time left on the clock, and it's going to be tough after that travel call.
Although, I just want to take you back to 2 years ago, the Tier 4 consolation game, the Hillel Pittsburgh Heat against the Akiva Detroit Pioneers.
As Ostreicher hits the layup and increases the lead to 9.
And it was a 7-point game, and with 0.4 seconds left on the clock, Andy Joshowitz threw a 3/4 court shot as the buzzer expired. Unfortunately, it was only worth 3 points and not 7 points, and they lost that game. But we will send it to a commercial break with Or Chaim having won this game 60-51. Hopefully, we will get some of the players in the booth for our post-game show.
Why did I choose to come to YU? I chose to come to YU because I wanted a school where I knew that I could play sports and I wasn't going to have to worry about Shabbos. I wanted to come somewhere where the girls on my team could wear sleeves underneath their jerseys and it wasn't even a question.
I could stick with all the things I'm passionate about and not have to let any of them go. All these things like working hard at school, playing sports, learning, and all my life, and now I didn't have to stop when I continued to college.
So I came to YU for soccer because I wanted to respect Shabbat, and even though I got offers to go to other schools to play soccer, I decided to come here because I could respect Shabbat and play at the same time.
To have the opportunity to compete in competitive NCAA Division III conferences, at the same time be able to keep all of halacha and not have to worry about Shabbos or practice on a holiday. So it's a really amazing experience.
I chose to go to YU because 3 generations of my family have gone to YU. I really like the idea of continuing my Jewish education and being in a Jewish environment, because I know people say like it's time for you to get into the real world. I mean, I'm going to be in the real world forever. Like, why not spend a little extra time like in a Jewish nice environment? Like, yeah, what's wrong with that?
And we're live with the Yeshivat Or Chaim Knights and the 2 stars of the game with their coach after their victory. Yaakov Ben Dayan, take us back to that dunk you just had there on that fast break. Was that something you've been saving up in the arsenal for all tournament, waiting for that opportunity?
Yeah, I've been a bit off in these past few games along with my team, and we were really happy to get this win. And I wanted the whole tournament to dunk, and I finally got the opportunity, and I hope that got us hyped and hope it helped us win the game.
Take the next question.
And we're joined here by the rest of the Tier 4 third place team, Or Chaim Knights. This one, I guess anyone can answer this, but coming into Sarachek, you guys wanted that win. What does this win mean to you guys?
We didn't want to come and lose all 3 games. We didn't want to be the last team in the tournament. So it's all we could do for coach.
Very nice to hear. And Coach Blackwood, any thoughts after this nice victory here to close out the Sarachek tournament? Can we pass the coach a mic?
Pass Coach the mic. Come on, guys.
I just wonder what's going through your head right now. Some post-game thoughts after your boys really put it together there on the court.
I just wanted to, basically it was a good win for the team. These guys were down for the last couple of days. They wanted to come out to New York and exhibit some of their skills that they have. However, they come out, they were a little bit nervous in the first couple of games. But it was a good win to kind of go back to Toronto, sending off a couple of our seniors that this is going to be their last high school basketball game. So it's a good way to send them out.
All right, congratulations to you guys. A very solid performance out there.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys.
Game, guys.
And that's all tonight from us here at the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow for Championship Monday, opening up with a Tier 4 championship at 8 a.m., followed by the Tier 1 third place game between EULA and DRS. Thank you to our producers, Courtney Thomas, Avi Mafuda. Thank you to my co-broadcasters, Andy Rosenberg, Yoni Shedlow, our sideline reporters, Mendel Ozdoba, Yechiel Schwab, booth producer, Jacob Herenstein, scoreboarders, Yesh Ginsburg, Benjamin Barman,
and Max Hoffman with a fantastic job on the sideline tonight.
And Shimon Lindenblatt on camera, and our videographers, Yosef Frankel, Beth Gindi, who else? Who else was our? Zalman Moses.
Oh, fantastic job.
And the rest of our staff. On behalf of myself, Benny Stammen, this is This has been a great game. We had a lot of fun, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great night.
Why did I choose to come to YU? I chose to come to YU because I wanted a school where I knew that I could play sports and I wasn't gonna have to worry about Shabbos. I wanted to come somewhere where the girls on my team could wear sleeves underneath their jerseys and it wasn't even a question.
I could stick with all the things I'm passionate about and not have to let any of them go. All these things like working hard at school, playing sports, learning, and all my life, and now I didn't have to stop when I continued to college.
So I came to YU for soccer because I wanted to respect Shabbat, and even though I got offers to go to other schools to play soccer, I decided to come here because I could respect Shabbat and play at the same time.
To have the opportunity to compete in competitive NCAA Division III conferences, at the same time be able to keep all of halacha and not have to worry about Shabbos or practice on a holiday. So it's a really amazing experience.
I chose to go to YU because 3 generations of my family have gone to YU. I really like the idea of continuing my Jewish education and being in a Jewish environment, because I know people say like it's time for you to get into the real world. I mean, I'm going to be in the real world forever. Like, why not spend a little extra time like in a Jewish nice environment? Like, yeah, what's wrong with that? And glad I went. I met a lot of great people. The students here are amazing. I made a lot of good friends, so like I'm happy I went to YU.
There will be a schedule tomorrow. There will be some sort of schedule tomorrow. Benny, are there any 3-person games tomorrow? Are there any 3-person games tomorrow? So you want to come help me tell me?